Hey Aries, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for January 24th, 2024. This is for Aries last shuffle. Let's see what's going on. Aries, what we have is optimism and milestone. So this is telling me that you are finally at a point where you realize that optimism is the only way to deal with everything that's coming at you. You may have like an abundance of things going on. Like if you look, there's so many fruits hanging off a tree, lots of work, right? On one hand, it's so great. You've got an abundance. But on the other hand, what do you do with all this stuff? What do you do with everything? So there's this milestone here. Something happens and you may realize that things are much better than you thought, that you've been well provided for, that everybody may feel like you're somewhat, I can't say lucky, but if the Wheel of Fortune comes out, then I would say, yeah, for sure. So everybody thinks you're really lucky. But there's something about you being kind of like stingy with your stuff. The milestone is that you may realize, you may realize that you've arrived. Wow. This may hit you out of nowhere though. This is something that may happen. Like you may wake up and it's same stuff, different toilet. Then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Optimism is the Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Tower. The blessing is something that I would say, I'm one that would call this a blessing in disguise, but you're very responsible. You are very conservative. You've saved, or you save a lot, and it looks like you are contributing. Your contribution to things is mostly because everybody's like, Aries is so competent. It's a blessing that you are this person, that you have this reputation. And it may hit you now that, like today, that actually is quite a blessing. I'm this person. A milestone is Four of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. You may finally reach this point where you are not any longer as interested in the work that you do. You may want to keep to yourself today. You may not, there's something about like, I've always been this responsible person, but I'm not interested in being that way anymore. But the truth is, it's like you don't have to build this reputation. You are this person, right? You're no longer interested in building it or trying to speak about yourself. This could also be that energy of like, I am a responsible person. And you're like, I'm not interested in even trying to explain that anymore. Like the truth is in the pudding. Like the proof is there, right? The apple never falls far from that tree. And now you see who I am. Decrease is the Empress and Nine of Pentacles. And so the thing is like you may not feel, for this to be a milestone, you may not be interested in saying so anymore because you may not feel as though you're as abundant as you truly are. There's something about this cycle of you needing to keep your happy thoughts about you, about how you're so resourceful. There's a reason for you being this resourceful, or not even a reason, but there's a blessing in the fact that you are, no matter what you went through to create this person, this persona. A lot of times when you have this kind of connection and needing to be optimistic, that means that you are abundant, but the reason why you were so abundant may not be the happiest thing in the world. It might be like, well, I had to be because I starved for so long, or I had ramen every day for like 10 weeks, or I'm this person, I have all this stuff, and I'm this responsible person because I was raised by irresponsible people, or it's something like that. Like maybe you realize, there's a lot of you that may realize that your mom or your mother did the best that she could, or the parent that you had that may have been a single parent, you may realize now that, they did the best they could. That's another aspect of this, but you're still, there's something about you being kind of like stingy at this point. A back and forth about the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. It seems like you are back and forth about celebrating where you came from and where you are now. There's that jump of like where I came from versus where I am. There's something about celebrating the work that it took to be the person that you are, right? There's something about you being back and forth about it. Should you just keep some things to yourself? Like there's something to celebrate about the work you've done. Like you may have mastered something or reached a certain place in your life, and it's something that may not really hit you. The Tower is about sudden change, sudden things happening. but this is a sudden clarity of the fact that you are known as someone who's really wise, someone who's like a master at something. And that's worth celebrating. It truly is. It's a milestone that you've reached where it's like you don't need to try to prove that to anybody. You are that person. Like, you really are someone who's made it, you know. Spirit wants you to understand this. You could be dealing with the Taurus, a Libra, or Scorpio. We also have Capricorn or Virgo. So you could be an Aries, Taurus cusp. Yep. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.